I thought they were really good and defended us really well. I think defensively that was good enough for us, but we just couldn't get into any offensive rhythm. And I think Penn State is the one to blame on that or give credit to. I thought they were really good defensively.
Mike, what happened to Bonzi's foot and how serious is it?
Yeah, he felt some discomfort, Eric. I guess that was in the third quarter. We're going to x-ray it again here at 3 o'clock, and I'm hoping for the best. He was moving great on it the last couple weeks and great in practice the last 2 days, but he felt some discomfort. So there's not much about the game that's on my mind. It's about his health right now, and so we'll see later today, and I think I'll light a candle on the way home, see if we can dodge a fracture.
You put him in for the last 35 seconds.
He put himself in.
Okay.
I told him I didn't think it was a good idea. He walked right by. He goes, "I'm going in." Go ahead, go on in. And that's great. He got one more hand, and that was awesome. But he put himself in the game there.
Mike, when you watched film of Penn State, did you see them getting into you defensively the way they were able to then?
Yes. They've got great length and size. They switch a lot of stuff with athletic guys. They're really an athletic group. I think the size of their perimeter players really gave us problems, and especially Matt. They're doubling, and there's a lot of length around him, and people have come after him and taken him away, and they did a very good job tonight taking him away.
Mike, you've talked about gut punches as you've gone through the whole season, and how the players responded to it. Have you learned anything about yourself through that process?
Yeah, I think I think you're in this business long enough. You start to develop a mental toughness and physical toughness. But I think certainly for me that was tested during this season. There's no question about it. I think the thing that really helped me was how great our players were, especially our seniors. There were days where I'm really faking it. And yet they're upbeat and they're good and they're doing it. So I really am, this senior class and probably this team will have a special spot in my heart, even though we didn't go to the NCAA tournament, we didn't win the NIT, we didn't get to the ACC championship game. I told them in there, I shook every one of their hands. I made them stand up and look me in the eye because I said, you know what? I feel like I was dealing with men. From from January 15th on. You guys were just men the way you handled it. So I think when you have good seniors like that, they help the coach, on days where you go, okay, what am I going to tell them today? We've just lost 5 in a row.
After Bonzi gets injured, he's obviously visibly distraught on the bench. And with your relationship, where do you even begin?
I just, told him, he was saying, well, maybe I can go back in. I said, Bonds, there's no way you're going back in this game. Your health is way more important. And he was really emotional, and he was playing so hard. He was trying to set the tone for us. He was flying around. He was probably playing a little fast because he was trying to drive us there. I would have loved to have had him in that fourth quarter to see if we could have made a little better run. But, I was just trying to calm him down, and I was trying to talk about his future. I'm turning the page during that game, like, now, for your future, now we have to be selfish, and he understood, even though he subbed himself. First time I've had a guy sub himself, but if it's him, that's okay.
Was there any point prior to that, since his comeback, that he indicated any discomfort?
No, none at all. No, he's been really good. Starting with the Virginia game, he played 37 minutes, has been very durable. We had 2 really good, intense practices Thursday and Friday. I thought we needed to crank it back up. He was in for all of them. So there's been no, the issues he had early was cramping and conditioning, but he's in shape now. So, so that's what's disappointing. It's just, again, they say when they put that screw in, that area is much stronger. So I'm hoping for that.
Whole different look to your team and program as you move
forward. I talked about that a little bit, and I've thought about that a lot the last month. When you're going through a year like we've gone through, or I do think about what's coming. And actually, Dane Goodwin's here with his family today, and I'm very excited about the group we have coming back. You know, I think Rex and TJ will be very good and strong leaders for us. You know, a Mooney and a Burns made some progress this year, and you know, Nick did too. We need to get some guys healthy. There's no question about it. DJ Harvey and Prentice Hub, try and get them out here early for summer school so we can really be on top of those knees. But it's kind of be some young Colts, and we're going to throw the ball up into the band a couple times, you know, as we grow this group. But I'm excited to be with them, and as you know, we're going to do the foreign tour, so we get the 10 extra practices. We will come from completely off the radar, which is a good thing probably for this group, but never for me and my staff, never have we had so many new faces when you had Juwan too, you know, that you're going to have to break in. We have not had that, so I'm trying to think that through and get ready for that.
How concerned are you with Harvey's recovery going into the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be longer. That procedure is a longer one, and you know, I think we've taken all of the summer off the board for him. He's not going to be available in the summer. I think it's very realistic. The first day of practice in early October, he'll be healthy and be ready to go and compete again. You know, so I think Hub is on track to be really. I think Hub could maybe play a little bit in August in the Bahamas when we're down there, but I think by first day of practice, that knee's going to be close to 100%. Elijah Burns, we're still figuring out if we have to do a procedure on him, so we'll see there. But yeah, it's a cool group, and it'll be good to have the extra time with them because we're going to need it.
You talked about the Bahamas tour, and the last time you went on a tour, you were coming off a tough season.
Yeah.
Did that provide kind of a galvanizing element to
it did.
To do?
Yeah, I think it really did, Lou. We were in Italy, and we were 15 and 17 that year. We didn't even sniff the NIT. You know, that year we lost Jaron. So it did. It kind of jump-started us a little bit and helped that group play together. You know, the interesting thing was we didn't have Connaughton till the tournament because he played baseball all summer till Italy. But we had Jaron back, so that was the first time we had Jaron and Pat back together, playing a couple games, and that was good to see. So yeah, they're always good. Bring the group together, practice the routine of game prep, and obviously it'll be very important for our 6 new faces.
Because of the makeup of your team, would you anticipate you're going to have a little bit longer leash with those 5 freshmen?
Yes. Yeah, we got to let those guys play. They're all really gifted. They're going to make some mistakes. And, yeah, I mean, you know, and I think that's kind of been my demeanor here. I think guys have played with a free mind. And that's a good point, though, Tim, to remind myself that these are some young guys. You know, Dane Goodwin is not Steve Bastoria right now. But he could be better down the road.
With Juwan Durham also,
yeah.
We've talked about the health of Elijah.
He's been healthy, Lou, since mid-January and practicing with us. I'm very impressed with the strength gains that he's making. He's up 20 pounds. You know, Ryan Humphrey puts him in his blender every day and beats him up and gets him going. I love the fact that we have 3 full years with him. This is a 7-foot kid. We don't get our hands on these body types much in our program. That's been hard for us to get. So we got 3 full years, but I love the progress he's made with Tony Rolinski in strength, you know, because that was an area where he's recovered from that wrist procedure, and he's been practicing with us probably since February 1st. He's been full barrel in practice.
I remember when Ryan Humphrey came, he envisioned himself as a perimeter player, and you said, you got to meet me halfway. You want him in the post. Is that how you see it with Juwan?
Yeah, it's a little similar. Juwan likes to experiment at 15, 18 feet. Now, the thing is, he can put the ball on the floor a little bit, and he can make a 15, 18-footer. My biggest thing with him the last month was if he lays it up under the rim, I really get on him. You know, like he's I just want him extending all the time. So we've done a lot. We got to have him around the bucket. The area where I want him to really have an impact, and we got to stay on him about this, especially when we come back to practice in June, is I want him to block shots. I want him to goaltend shots. We've not had a dude like that since Hump. Hump's the last guy, you know, and so, you know, go up and goaltend some stuff. With that length, we just haven't had length like that, so I want him to take advantage of that.
Mike, if we could revert back.
Sure.
Gavin Farrell Torres, the progress especially Gavin and Farrell in the latter half, and then what Torres.
Well, you know, Martin Gavin was just, what a great story for him to have a great senior year. I'm thrilled for him. I'm very, very proud of him. And, you know, Austin Torres carved out a pretty darn good career here over 5 years. You know, he has been the energy guy. He's been a leader. He's been a voice. He's handled his role great. He's been a man to deal with. So has Martin. You know, Farrell's career, obviously, this was a 3-star point guard that wasn't even in the top 150, and he had a tough night today, but he's on a lot of people's radar in the NBA. And so he's got to go and show himself at Portsmouth and all this other stuff. You know, those guys, I think the one thing we talk about in recruiting with our program is, you know, guys get better here. You hang in there with us and you plug in, guys get better here. I think that senior class, you can look and say they got better with us. And, you know, so you feel you kind of prepared them now professionally, those guys that have to go out. Now they got to get agents and do the whole thing, and we'll help them with that next week.
How will you think back on Bonzi's career, just how and where it ended?
It's just an unbelievable story. He was such a pleasure to coach. The edge about him, the toughness about him, the uniqueness of his game. He's such a winner for us. He's one of my favorite I've ever had. You know, you can't pick favorites with your children or your players, and I've got a lot of them over 18 years. But he is one of my all-time favorite, and I think he's got a great chance of being on an NBA roster. It's funny for all the people that. How big is he? He's not too big. What position does he play? Who does he guard? There's those other guys that go, he just gets it done, man. We just got to bring him in and work him out. He will work out for 20 NBA teams. There'll be so many people intrigued to kind of kick the tires on him and see what he's like physically, and which is great for him.
And then just how it ended with today his injury, and then just
Yeah, I'm sitting there as he's limping off, and I'm going, you got to be kidding me now. Everything we've been through, and thought we were out of the woods with him, and so I'm saying prayers here that we've dodged anything major, and he can rest a little bit and then get into his NBA prep workouts maybe in 2 weeks.
Mike, when you saw him play in high school, I mean, did you figure he'd evolve?
Eric, he's better than I thought. You know, Martin Inglesby did a great job making sure I saw him in Los Angeles at this event, and the nose for the ball was the stuff that kept coming up, you know, and he just, the loose ball, it's him. Offensive rebound, put back, it's him. You know, the nose for the ball stuff was really, really good. Then we went to the high school, watched the workout, and, you know, you just felt really good about him. And of course, I certainly didn't know what I had because I didn't play him for half a year until Georgia Tech in an emergency situation in the second half. I put him in, and I'm walking off the court after we win that going, yeah, you're a genius, Mike. Way to go, buddy. Way to know what you have. He was statting out in our efficiency points, the top 2 through the whole preseason. And I'm not, like, my head examined on that one. Anyways, we recovered.
Any comments on the first round of the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, man. God, some crazy stuff. God, I feel for the ACC champion. I mean, we went 20-1 in our league. But that's what's great about the tournament. I mean, just, you know, it's the unbelievable stuff that can happen. And that one last night was amazing. And but here's the thing. I'll be honest with you. When we're not in it, I don't watch much. My assistants are, hey, did you see that? I go, nah. Anyway, you know what I was watching? I was watching CNN and seeing what we did to McCabe. I need something completely. We ran him out of town. I just want something different. When we're not in it, I'm in total denial. Like, I ain't watching that crap. I may even watch the Final Four games. Thank you very much, gang. We'll see you next season. Thank you.